How is everybody doing? I think my 1 second, ladies and gentlefolks. Alright, Jenko people, welcome back to the channel. And boy, controversy. That's what Manchester United is at this point in time. And boy oh boy, aren't we tired of watching these criminal performances by our beloved club? But nowadays, this seems to be the constant with Man United, right? Now, I personally didn't post on the channel since the conclusion of last season because, honestly speaking, growing up as a Man United fan, being used to watching Man United as serial winners of the Premier League and managing to impress the fans and give us consistency, watching them nowadays is like heartbreaking, right? So that's why I didn't post. But anyways, nonetheless, I won't stray as to what is at hand right now. So firstly, I'll just quickly give my views on how the new squad in quotations, what's my viewpoint on it right now, and then get straight into how the season has been and the game that we just watched, ladies and gentlefolks. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like it, and share it with a friend. Anyways, so getting Sheshko, Kunya, and Mbomo, in my opinion, is 50 times better in terms of our attacking force than the previous season, because playing with a Garnacho who is, a player who has the ability in the future to become good, but at the current scope of things, he's not where United needs. He should be a player coming off the bench and so forth. Anyways, now that we're speaking about, now that I've spoken about these new players, I need to talk about what's going on with Manchester United right now. Like, honestly speaking, I can't really chastise the new signings right now, because the new signings are the least of the problem right now. Because they have come into an environment where where success is limited. Let us just say it like that, right? They're in an environment where success is limited. So first of all, let's talk about the first half. Now, everybody was arguing about why isn't this player starting, why isn't that player starting, as it relates to the first two games of the season. Everyone wondering why Kobe Mainoo isn't playing, and so on and so forth, right? But today gave me a very, very good idea that probably Amarim sees what we saw today in training and in whatever, right? So, in saying so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying that today, the players who started the game showed us why they are getting limited play time so far in the season. Because let us look at the starting lineup. Andre Onana, I will get to him shortly. Then we have, of course, Maguire, Fredrickson, and Aiden Heaven. Now, today, even though lots of people are not really talking about the three centre-backs today, out of the three centre-backs, Fredrickson and Aiden Heaven was atrocious today. The midfield partnership, Ugarte and Mainoo, underwhelming performance today. right? Both of them, not only Ugarte, both of them. Ahmad, again, he didn't have as bad a game as the two midfielders and the centre backs, but still, it wasn't a typical Ahmad game where we're off our seats and we're edging to see what next he will do, right? Um, the wing backs, Dorgu and Dalo, to me, both of them played badly. Everybody played badly, in my opinion, today. Then when it comes to Cunha, Sheshko, and Sheshko, right? Sheshko was in a graveyard shift. That seems to be the trend as it relates to Manchester United strikers right now. And Cunha, again, didn't play well. Let's just say it like that. I mean, the subs that we made at halftime, they did change the game. Because if we look at it, Mboma came on and he scored the first goal. Mount and Bruno, they changed the scope of the game also, right? So, in saying that, the subs changed the game. So the subs today showed why those players are the players starting as it relates to the regular season, right? So I'm not complaining about that. But guys, there's lots of people who yet already they're asking for Man United to sack Amorim. Now I'm going to backtrack to something that was said in the preseason by a former player of ours. He's still technically our player, but he is on loan at yeah. That, yes, Warren, I agree with you. Like licking dirty feet or Doritos. Yeah, I agree. So what I'm saying, guys, is that Man United, they're going through a transition, and the transition, according to Rashford, has been happening since, of course, the great Alex Ferguson retired. So why I'm bringing this up is that we need to stick with Amorim for the time being. I'm not saying I am sold on Amorim as yet, but I'm saying we need stability to start somewhere. So Ineos has selected to appoint Amorim, and I'm saying we should stick with him and see how this season turns out. I don't think he should be sacked right now, right? But what I'm saying is that we're still in the squad. We still have lots of the sewage players from last season. Remember, guys, we only have 3 new players. Every other player was playing last season when we came 15th. So the fact that I'm seeing almost every United fan throwing the team under the bus, throwing the manager under the bus, and being very reactive right now, I'm saying I think we're kind of jumping the gun. We need to wait a little, see what the 3 new signings will do, and then take it from there. But let's continue to analyze the game, right? So the game today, simply put, it's an Onana disaster class. Just the same as what the thumbnail says. It's a Onana disaster class. Because both goals that we conceded today is as a result of his mistakes. And we can also say that I think he should have even done better with those penalties that he had a hand to. He didn't save them, but he had a hand to them. But again, over the stint that Onana has had at Manchester United, ladies and gentlemen, he's never convinced me that he is good with handling the ball, which a goalie should be good at, right? I've never seen that, right? So the disaster class with Onana today, ladies and gentlemen, is why we lost the game. Like, the first goal, yes, we should have closed down the goal scorer at the back post, which was Fredrickson's job at that moment. But at the same time, the shot, I didn't think it was as thunderous as a shot for Onana not to save it, being that he was by the goal scorer was at the near post for Onana, and he took like 5 days and 6 months to get down to try to save that shot. So I believe that that shot should have been saved by Onana. And even the second goal is even in my opinion, worse of a mistake. Because as a goalie, you know, they're taught to be absolutely sure when going out to claim a cross, to claim a corner, whatever the set piece is. If you're going for that ball, you absolutely have to get it. And Onana has depicted match after match for the past 3 seasons that he's incapable of claiming shots or even stopping minor shots in games. So, people, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want us to be discouraged. I mean, yes, it is one of the possible 3 trophies that we could have won we are now out of. But the fact remains that we are crap. We are not a good team. And I don't want people to be out of the door as it relates to the manager. I think what we need to do is to wait and to see how the season will transpire. If by October, November, we're not in a better position, I guess we need to reconsider Ruben Amorim as our coach. But, ladies and gentlemen, today again depicted everything that Manchester United is. Right? We need midfielders. We need goalkeepers. At this point in time, it is a cardinal sin that Manchester United did not get a goalkeeper and a midfielder thus far in the transfer window. Reason being, I don't think getting both Brian Mbeumo and Cunha was a necessity in the window. I mean, it's nice having both of those players in the squad, right? But at the same breath, we have a Bruno Fernandes who could have been one of the number 10s in the system and utilizing a pivot of Casemiro, Ugarte, or a Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo, and so forth, right? And in contrary, if we wanted to even purchase a midfielder, even if we only had either or Cunha or Mbeumo, we would have had the funds to get that midfielder. But before we even talk about a midfielder, we need to get a goalkeeper. That right now, if we're not getting any more outfield players, we need a goalkeeper. Because Bayinda, in my opinion, he is the less worse out of the 2 currently. Right? Because, boy, I don't know what other adjective, verb, or noun to describe Onana's goalkeeping. Right? It is atrocious. Right? Now, I don't want people to say that, oh, it's because he was injured. Those are for the very microcosm of people who I believe will stick with Onana as their goalie. Right? But doing this against a Grimsby side, that is worse than doing it in the Europa, the Champions League, or even the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? This is a team where Man United, based on our stature, we should be confident even if we're the away team in this fixture. We should be confident, right? Because this team is not even a championship team or even a League 2 or League... No, they're not a League 1 team. They're a League 2. So they're roughly 3 tiers below us, right? So the fact that we went out today and played how we played shows the character of the players and the application of the players. Because again, it doesn't matter who is selected to play, they have to take the opportunity when given, right? And again today, seeing a Fredrickson, a Mainoo, and Ugarte, just to name a few of the players who started in contrary to the usuals who started the first 2 league games, they didn't do anything against a League 2 two team to convince me why Amorim is not playing them. These players today didn't convince me that they deserve to play over a Mason Mount, to play over a Mbomo, to play over even a Casemiro, who is at the latter stages of his career. There, even the Aiden Heavens and Fredrickson. Last season, when we were atrocious, people were saying we need to play them more because they are showing us insights that they are better than what is getting constant game time. But today showed me that they are even worse than the starting 11 for the first two Premier League games. So there's, to me, this performance, it cements how I've felt for how the season has begun. I don't think Man United is going to come better than 8th place this season. And based on how we're currently performing in the cup games, I don't think we're even going to win a cup. Because now we had the opportunity to win the Caraboa Cup. We are knocked out. Well, the only thing we can possibly win is the FA Cup. And trust me, we're not going to win the FA Cup because the team is just simply not where it needs to be, right? You guys, I could understand why you would want to sack the manager, but today was not a blunder by Ruben Amorim. Today, the major problem was the pieces who played the game today. That was the critical point in the game today. Why didn't Kobe Menu apply himself more? Why is Ugarte looking like he's taking 15 steps back than how poor he was last season, right? Why is it that Diogo Dalot looks even worse than last season? All the players look worse. Patrick Dorgu, he's normally electric in the games. I haven't seen anything from him in the game today. Nobody came to play today. I don't know if the players went with the mentality that, oh, it's Grimsby, a League 2 team. We need, the bare minimum is good enough. We'll have Burnley on Saturday to play, right? But from the moment the game began, the players should have went with the intensity that Grimsby start the game with, and then adjusted how they should play. Because I was like, okay, probably it's just for 5 to 10 minutes the Grimsby players will be playing at this level. But Grimsby held it straight to the 90th minute. So for me, these players ladies and gentlemen, don't expect Man United to be top 4 because we have a brand new front 3. I don't think that's possible, right? I think what is achievable is just finishing top 10. I only think we're gonna jump 5 places, okay? Because Burnley is not a pushover on Saturday. Don't think that just because they're fresh from the championship, they're not a pushover for Saturday. So don't expect, if Ruben Amorim starts Sheshko on Saturday with the Cunha and Mbomo, with whoever behind, it's going to change the whole scope of things. I don't think much difference is going to occur, right? I think that we're going to either draw the game or scrape a win, right, on Saturday. So guys, again, we thought that Onana was going to show and prove to us that he is the number one. Because when I saw him on the match sheet as the starting goalie, I was like, okay, probably he's going to do well. It's Grimsby. But he cemented our suspicions, our assumptions rather, that he's simply not good. And I've never said this on the channel, and I'm going to say it now. Ten Hag, his talent ID is the worst. Rasmus Højlund. buying Andre Onana for 50 plus million when you have a David De Gea. What else can we speak about? Anthony, paying 80 plus million for Anthony. Right? It's bizarre to see all of these things that happened under Eric Ten Hag. And trust me, I just pray for the blood pressures of all United fans moving forward, because this is not even a step in a positive position. It's a step 55 steps behind. Losing to a League 2 team, never in over 40 years have Manchester United achieved such a feat. But again, it seems that we're breaking history. We're always making history nowadays, but in the wrong place. We're making history by losing games and stuff nowadays. So guys, let me know what you think. And thank you for tuning in to the live. And hola Emily, I'm gonna shout you guys up later. Total Angry Griff from Germany, hi, welcome. And Privet, and I don't really understand the Punjabi, or my apologies, the Arabic writing. I'm an English speaking person. But yes, I'm signing off on the live, guys, and trust me, the storm is still here. Remember, Ruben Amorim said the storm was coming, and he alluded to the storm ending at the end of our final game last season. But Ruben, the storm is still here, because you need at least a whole new squad to try and perform better in the league, guys. But guys, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to post more content as of now moving forward. I am trying to be consistent on YouTube and so forth. So guys, thank you for watching. Yes, Onana disaster class, and let's see what happens against Burnley. See you guys later.